to Monaco, everybody, where after a scorching hot weekend, just 10 minutes ago, La Pluie had to Rivet. A short shower, the rain stopping, but has soaked the grid for the start of round 7 of the Formula 1 World Championship in 2022. We're here in Monte Carlo for the 67th World Championship Monaco Grand Prix. Won from pole 30 times in the previous 66 runnings, and where the home boy, Charles Leclerc, is on pole this afternoon. It's a 2.07-mile circuit, and here's the starting grid then for the 78 laps of the Monaco Grand Prix this afternoon. Right at the back, Joe Guan Yu in his first ever Monaco Grand Prix, alongside him Nicholas Latifi, then Lance Stroll for Aston Martin, and Pierre Gasly out in Q3 here for the first time ever. Alex Albon starts 16th with Mick Schumacher alongside him in 15th, and ahead Daniel Ricciardo in 14th, where Olivier Panis won in the wet here in 1996. Kevin Magnussen starts 13th for Haas. Valtteri Bottas has missed out on Q3 for the second time since the start of 2017, alongside Yuki Tsunoda today. Esteban Ocon is 10th, and then 3 world champions all in a row. Sebastian Vettel 9th, Lewis Hamilton starts 8th, Fernando Alonso starts 7th. 7 Monaco Grand Prix wins between the 3. George Russell, the lead Mercedes, in 6th alongside his mate Lando Norris on the 3rd row of the grid, and then comes Max Verstappen, the championship leader, alongside his Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez. First top 6 start for him. Carlos Sainz, a 3rd career front row, starts 2nd, and it's Charles Leclerc for the 2nd year in a row here on pole position. And let's have a look at the track then. Where's the standing water? Where's the bits that might catch some of the drivers out?
I'm going to guess that the grip is anywhere except the racing nuts.
Is Nicholas Latifi. The car just didn't turn. Home boy Charles Leclerc on pole position, rolling start, leads them down the straight, and even as he tries to carefully apply the throttle, the back end stepping out on him.
No more rain for the next 20 to 30 minutes.
If the leaders pitted, they'd come out in around 8th place at the moment, which is really not what they need. They need drivers behind them to pit and then react quickly.
So in Monaco, 3 seconds the lead for Charles Leclerc over his teammate Carlos Sainz, then Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen running 3rd and 4th, Lando Norris running in 5th.
Been on the radio saying, I am faster than Norris, and the team has said, right, try and close the gap over the next couple of laps, but at this moment here is where he pushed a bit too far and went straight on at chicane. But yeah, that's how close he was before that mistake. He backed out of it, and I think actually gave up a bit too much gap.
He should be given that place. I believe that the Alfa Romeo should now yield the place. He failed to lose a place by going straight on, and race control should be straight on top of that.
But he's made no attempt to make the corner because he had too much speed and couldn't. He's going for it, Martin. He's going down the inside of the Alfa Romeo. Pierre Gasly has been rather frustrated for a while, but now suddenly he's released to try and catch Daniel Ricciardo instead.
We see Sebastian Vettel there, he lost out to Gasly.
It is Pierre Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo, and Ricciardo gets sideways going in the Rascas. That did not help Pierre Gasly, who was to his left-hand side and trying to make the move past. If Ricciardo struck,
and you can see Daniel Ricciardo just check the mirror as a final time. Gasly on the inside into the entry of the swimming pool. Better traction, better release off the corner. And it is definitely intermediates now. So
Gonna go straight to drive.
Hamilton makes his stop from this race, as you can see now, and they get to work, and it's the intermediate tyres that are going on to the Mercedes. So do they believe it's not going to go straight from wet tyres to dry, or do they think that we can't take the risk in running those wet tyres anymore? And it's Valtteri Bottas that leads this trio up the hill. Kevin Magnussen and Pierre Gasly, who's got very inventive so far. Perez in pits from 3rd place in this race. We look to see the tyres that are going on. It is the green striped intermediates. So whilst Perez's teammate Max Verstappen disappears around turn 1, Saint-Devote, Perez, after a very rapid pit stop, makes his way now 60 kilometers an hour back out onto the racetrack. It's intermediate tyres for Lando Norris, but of course Norris has to cover off the flying pace now of Lewis Hamilton. Thought he might make a move down into Saint-Devote, make contact. Let's have a look at the race leader, Leclerc, pitting, his teammate Carlos Sainz staying out, intermediate tyres going on the Ferrari.
yeah, so they don't want to take the risk. They think it's going to be too difficult, too risky to go out there, and even just
Sainz then leads this race. Perez in second place, Leclerc third, and Max Verstappen fourth. Fifth place at the moment, George Russell. He's Lewis Hamilton and Esteban Ocon once again, down towards Saint-Devant. Hamilton doesn't make the move down the inside on this occasion, and he's becoming something of a traffic jam for Lewis Hamilton. Is Esteban Ocon? Oh, and Hamilton, I thought for a moment, was going to try moving past to the right-hand side.
You've got to put dries on it, surely. That's the only way to go for him now. It is. Schumacher's just turning.
Stay out.
That's Leclerc. They're double stacking down at Ferrari. Charles Leclerc, who was leading this race comfortably, came in for intermediate tyres as Sergio Perez comes in to make a pit stop. And are they going to be double stacking? Is Max Verstappen coming in too? Yes, he is.
That's the best way to do it. It's the right time to get on those tyres. They've finally switched on for some of the midfield and back.
Sergio Perez is going to come out into this race behind a gaggle of cars, but ahead of Carlos Sainz. So Sergio Perez has now got the jump on Carlos Sainz. To Sainz, what a save from Carlos Sainz that was!
Yeah, he got onto the wet part of the track, and his dad's rally experience came in there for him, didn't it? Wow!
Oh, Carlos Sainz through, and that is the Haas of Mick Schumacher at the entrance to the swimming pool chicane.
K-Mag has already retired.
Yes, he is. Virtual safety car deployed straight away. Mick Schumacher has gone in
That could well
very
be
hard indeed.
Could well be a red flag, I think, to clear that up. But,
Why isn't this a standing start?
because it should be, but
And behind him, Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Behind Sainz, Max Verstappen for Red Bull. Then Charles Leclerc, who's already a little bit behind Max Verstappen on those hard compound tyres. Lost ground just down that main straight. George Russell comes next behind Russell. Lando Norris also with a hard compound tyre. Then it's Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, Esteban Ocon, and Valtteri Bottas in the top 10. Through Casino Square we go. Sergio Perez easily surviving the restart. On the track really at the moment is Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc behind Max Verstappen. You can see as they come out of Rascast how much closer the Ferrari is to the Red Bull. And no signs of DRS being enabled for Charles Leclerc. As you say, not worth a huge advantage, but in these dry conditions we've not seen DRS just as yet. It's Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari make their way up over Rouge.
and Mr. Sunday, George Russell, hanging on very nicely as well.
He changed his name. And now a possibility for Hamilton to have a look on the inside into Saint-Devant. He's already tried this with Esteban Ocon and it didn't work out well for him, but his front wing's working okay now because they managed to repair it or replace it during the red flag.
Yeah, he was nowhere near gaining enough, was he, down there? So, and also, Fernando's obviously thinking, oh, Alpine, we need to get these tyres to the end of the Grand Prix.
Actually going for the move, but going straight on. But nearly going into the side. That's another fabulous save.
Yes, that might even be better than Sainz's.
Let's have a look on board. Albon retiring from the race. Pretty certain there's a mechanical issue there, and Alex Albon becomes the third driver to retire from this Monaco Grand
Press hits because he's got easily more than a pit stop behind him.
I need a new pen after that.
Nice one, Joe. Nice one. There's nothing to lose for Lando Norris by pitting. Might as well put him onto a new set of tyres, a fresh set of tyres for the end of this race. Fernando Alonso, he's packed everyone together. He's caused an awful lot of issues for people behind him there, and he just very quietly crept away from the scene of the crime, and is just stretching away from Lewis Hamilton now. Pressuring it every which way but lose as over the bump they go. And Max Verstappen right on Sainz's tail, and Charles Leclerc is in that hunt too. The slowest corner in Formula 1 sees the top four separated by metres instead of seconds.
And they're going to meet these back markers somewhere through the exit of the tunnel. Somebody's gone off in the first corner
again at Saint-Devant.
And yeah, they're going to come across them in the braking zone down.
to settle for a runners-up spot behind a Red Bull here in Monaco. Max Verstappen completes the podium with third place, and Charles Leclerc in his own race comes home to finish for the first time, but that might not be too much comfort for a race where he led the early stages. George Russell is in fifth place, and once again, every race of the 7th this season has finished in the top 5. Lando Norris behind him in 6th, ahead of Fernando Alonso, who should come home to take a points finish in 7th place, and a frustrated Lewis Hamilton behind him in 8th.
There you go. Monaco.
Oh guys, this is us! Come on! Vamos! Well done guys!
Oh yeah.
Checo, you have won Monaco. Unbelievable drive. What a brilliant drive.
Thank you guys, thank you so much to everyone. So happy to be part of this team. Well done guys. Well done to everyone. Amazing weekend. We just made it a bit harder there in the end.
He's all smiles tonight. Sergio Perez wins in Monaco for the first time. Hamilton, as I mentioned, coming home in 8th ahead of his former teammate Valtteri Bottas. Sebastian Vettel, who gets a point for Aston Martin because Esteban Ocon, with that 5-second penalty, drops out of the top 10.